Rồi thử đi mà.
Nó bị
Ồ là trời.
bị điên rồi. Bị điên rồi.
À,
Sao cũng không vừa lòng nó hết trơn.
sao background mình nó ăn nó hả chị May? Background mình nó rất là ăn, rất là linh hoạt. Để em thử lấy cái background của các bạn thử coi. Thử lấy background của các bạn coi có bị vấn đề đâu.
Nhiều khi do cái camera máy tính của mấy bạn á.
Nè,
Chứ cái background nó không có
đẹp
vấn đề gì đâu. Background nó không có vấn đề gì đâu, nhiều khi là do cái camera.
Bình thường em học bên Google Meet thì vẫn để bình thường được cái chị, mà không biết sao bên Zoom này nó bị vậy.
Nó bị khin. Rồi bây giờ tạm thời các bạn không có lấy background Zoom được á, thì mình ghi mình rename bản thân mình là contestant. Đây để chị rename cho mình luôn cho. Rồi ok. Bây giờ không background Zoom nó không có hoạt động thì mình không cần phải để ha. Nó sẽ làm mình bị mất tập trung. Cứ để ánh sáng nào nó được là được. Ok.
Em Mai Thanh chị để là Mai Thanh đi.
Okay. Rồi Mai Thanh thử ok, sẽ được đúng không? Rồi ok, mình hãy okay, good.
Em mở nó không vô được.
Mọi người đợi ít phút để bắt đầu những cái bước chuẩn bị để Ok, bây giờ mình sẽ làm cái mindfulness practice để chuẩn bị bắt đầu cho phần thi cuối cùng ha. Mà mọi người ngồi trên thế xếp bằng, lưng thẳng, cổ thẳng, mắt từ từ nhắm lại. Chúng ta sẽ nhắm và hơi thở. Hít vào, thở ra. Hít vào. Tiếp chúng ta cùng nhau niệm thanh ôm. Hít vào. Ao. Hít vào. Ao. Hít vào. Ao. Mọi người vẫn giữ nguyên tư thế, mắt vẫn nhắm, giữ im lặng. Tôi nói với bản thân mình sẽ dành ra 30 giây kế tiếp để hít thở và tập trung. Tập trung vào điểm giữa hai chân mày, gạt đi hết những suy nghĩ không liên quan, mang lại sự tập trung tốt nhất về lại nơi này ngay lúc này để chuẩn bị cho bài thi ngày hôm nay. Mời mọi người từ từ mở mắt. Okay. Hey guys, please open your camera. Thanh, Hoài Thanh, and Mai Thanh. Okay, are you ready for today's final presentation? Hoài Thanh.
Yes, I'm ready.
And what about Mai Thanh? Are you confident?
Yes. Some stress.
Hello. Maybe Mr. Kenny want to say something before the contestants start their performance? Hello, Chu, do you want to say something to the contestants before they start their presentation?
Give me a minute. Need to put on the hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, but hello.
So how many of us today? How many contestants will be doing today?
We will have 4 contestants.
No, I only see 2 faces. How about the others?
For now, we have 3 out of 4 contestants here.
So they have not shown their cameras. I don't see Chung and Tom. I only see thumbs. Okay, so time flies, huh? It's been 21 days already. Is it 21 days or 10 days? 20? Okay, good. And have you made any progress? Do you think you have made any progress? Hi, Tom. Do you make any improvement?
I'm sorry, but can you speak clearly? But I
I asked
I can't hear.
if you have made any improvement, any progress. You understand? Have you seen that yourself is better than you were 21 days before?
Hình như cái bên mày của em bị giật giật các chị.
Okay, how about my tongue? Do you see that you have improved yourself?
Yes, of course. I feel my English is more progress. Especially about my pronunciation. Yes,
That's very good.
Miss
Okay.
May helped me very much.
That's great to hear. How about you, Chung?
I think I have made some certain progress, but it may be not that great than others. But I will try my best for this presentation today.
So, who think you can win? Who thinks you can win? Oh, no? Nobody? So I can keep the prize? Nobody wins, so I can keep the prize, right? So I don't have to give out the prize because nobody wins. So I can keep the prize. Is it how it is? Anyway, I wish you luck and let's see how well you can perform today. Is it okay? If someone has raised a hand, want to say something, go ahead. Start my son. Go ahead, say something. I cannot hear you. Maybe your microphone is off.
Mr. Candy, I can't hear you because it's very too small. Too small.
Well, everyone just wish you luck and I see how you can perform today. Okay, good luck, everyone. Okay, let's start.
All right, so now we're gonna start the performance with the first contestant. Before you start your performance, I'd like to tell you some of our rules. So each of you gonna have 5 minutes to present, and you're gonna share your screen to everyone at the same time. You're gonna present it, okay? And if you spend more than 5 minutes, we gonna say that is mistake because as we said before, you only have 5 minutes at your maximum time. Okay, so time management on your performance is important. Now, I would like to invite Đỗ Thị Hoài Thanh as our first presenter. You can start your performance.
Yes, let me sharing my screen.
Okay, are you there, Hoài Thanh? Is everything okay?
Hình như em chia sẻ là tiếng nó không có lên hay sao á chị ơi.
No, when you share your screen, you need to unmute yourself because you are muting yourself. No one can hear you saying anything.
Không, ý là lúc nãy là em nói chị có nghe thấy không vậy?
No. Can you share it again?
Ý là lúc nãy. Dạ để em xem.
Yeah, now you are. Yeah, you can say something. Can you say something? Are you saying something? We cannot hear anything. Okay, so I guess the platform you are using for presentation has a problem with your micro. Yeah, we cannot hear anything. Can you share it? Share your screen, but you don't need to open totally only the presentation platform. You can share it in small window. You know what I mean? Em share lại đi, mà em đừng có mở full cái màn hình của cái presentation lên. Em mở một nửa giống hồi nãy em test là được đó. Em hiểu không?
Là mở một nửa.
Em mở một nửa thôi, đúng rồi. Okay, you can say something.
Cái mic của em luôn rồi.
I have an idea. You send us your PowerPoint or anything that you haven't, and we're gonna open it for you. Okay. And at the meantime, I would like to when you share us your PowerPoint, your slide decks, I will invite Mai Thanh to be the first speaker. Okay, so you can have more time to prepare. All right. Okay, Mai Thanh, you ready?
Chị Thanh ơi, chị gửi mail cho em được không để em thêm chị vô cái này, tại em không có xài PowerPoint thường á.
Okay.
Để em thêm chị vô để chị mở giùm em cái, tại em mở không có được.
So it's a technical problem.
Okay, Mai Thanh, you can start now. Mute.
Yes.
Right.
Here. Can you see it?
Okay, your time starts now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. My name is Tan. I'm 22 years old. After all, I'm glad because I didn't give up. And today, I'm here to demonstrate my English transformation. Let's get started. Wow. The topic today I want to discuss with everyone, that is, what are the advantage and disadvantage of living together before marriage. I want to emphasize that I will not mention the cause why nowadays the young to live together before marriage. Instead, I just share about it from perspective of personality viewpoint. Okay, in Vietnam, I haven't found the specific statistic of the rate of cohabitation before marriage, but with modern Western countries, we can easily find these statistics. In such as in 2019, Human Rights International is an American-based romance organization wrote, in fact, 60% of those entering this first marriage in the United States are already cohabiting. I wonder if there are any advantages or disadvantages that make the young to live together before marriage is increasing, but day by day. So my presentation will be divided into 4 parts to help you answer the question. The first, I want you know how is living together before marriage. The second and the third, I would like to talk about disadvantages and advantages of living together before marriage. And the last, I want to share my personal viewpoint. Yeah? So, how is living together before marriage? In simple terms, it is a social phenomenon. Accordingly, couples who have feelings will move in together as husband and wife without organizing or registering marriage before. I have a question. Want to ask two people here. A person who has many experience life and a person is very young. So can Miss May, do you think living together before marriage is advantage or disadvantage? Yeah,
I think we shouldn't live before marriage.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And a person who is very young. Chung, do you think about it? Advantage or disadvantage?
I think this have both advantages and disadvantages, but according to me, if I was in this situation, I will not live together before marriage.
Okay, thank you so much. Almost people hearing about this topic usually think it shouldn't, it's disadvantage instead of advantages. So I know that. So the next we will learn about disadvantages of living together before marriage. The first, you will be less likely to get married. Research shows that only 50% of people choose to live together before marriage and end up get married. Of course, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free, right? Maybe in the first time, many women think living with their partners is at the next step toward getting married. But some couples end up getting too comfortable with living arrangement. It feels like they already are. So the second, you have a higher chance of becomes a divorce statistic. Okay, why you living together before marriage? It can give you an idea of what it will be like to live with your partner, but it doesn't guarantee. Research shows that people who choose to live together before marriage is more likely get divorced than those who don't. And the next, you missed out on the newlywed feeling. Of course, because you lived together before, so you don't really get experience this feeling wet, this newly wet feeling. And the last, no real commitment for you. There is nothing to make sure that you when the unplanned accident happened, you will be protected because both don't have any real string or commitment by law. Yeah. So, wow, I see there are many disadvantages of living together before marriage. But in another perspective, I have seen many couples who are my best friend, who also choose to live together before marriage. But I see it also had many disadvantages. So what is this? The first, learn it or the habit. I think it is one of the main reasons people choose to live together because they can learn and use to their partner habits. It's good to know about your habit, your partner spending habit beforehand, right? So the second, give you an idea of what married life will be like. Why you never truly know a person until you get married to them. Living together can give you a good indication of what would be like married to them, right? The third, get to split the chores. According to some experts, splitting personality like doing chores help couple with their problem solving skills. And the last, I think it's very great, make sense financially. Yeah, not only will you be able to split your bill, but couple will also be able to save for wedding. Yeah, that is all main content of my presentation today. So let's look at it again. The topic is living together before marriage. The first I talk about, how is it? Couple live together before marriage without organizing or registering marriage. The second I talk about, disadvantage. First, less likely to get married. The second, you have a higher chance of becoming a divorce statistic. Next, you miss out on the newlywed feeling and no real commitment. The third part, I talked about advantages. You can learn it or the habits, give you an idea of what married life will be like. You get to split the chore and it makes sense financially. So, about my personal viewpoint, I think everything has bad and good, shouldn't, should, or disadvantages has on advantages. So, we should consider all sides of the problem before deciding whether it is right or wrong. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mai Tan. Congratulations on completing your final presentation. Now let's hear some feedbacks from the judges. I would like to invite Mr. Kenny to give her some of your feedback.
Can you put on slide number 1?
Okay.
Yep, right here.
Yes.
Advantages and disadvantages of living together. Do you see the very big mistake here?
Yes.
Which one? There's a big stack.
Mistake. No.
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 The advantages and disadvantages of living together before marriage. What does it mean, marriage?
Well, sorry about this. Okay.
You know, so for the very first slide, you come up the stage, you already show the mistake, which is not very wise. Okay.
Wow.
And that is on slide number 1 too. That is the first slide. So that is not very good. Next time, be careful and check very carefully. Okay, because this is your appearance. You enter a stage with a big mistake. Okay, so that's not so good. The outline, I like the outline. The outline is very clear. The next slide, please. The next slide.
Okay.
Second slide. The outlines, the slide that shows the outline of what you will be presenting. The next, maybe. Next slide, please. Yeah, I like the content. Okay, you call it the content, I call it the outline. Put them on. Put the contents on.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I like this content because it's very clear, and you present what you would cover. So I think it's good. For your presentation, the good thing is you are fluent. Your English is pretty good. You're quite fluent. Even that is a little bit struggle. So you are not very natural. And then when you present, it's kind of stiff, stiff, very not flexible. So it's kind of harsh. And so it makes it a little bit boring. Okay, it does not attract an audience. It's just like a slow motion, slow pace, and very kind of boring rhythm. So it is not so attractive. Some mispronunciation, like why should buy milk when you already have a cow, not a cow. Cow, okay, not cow. And also phenomenon. I don't remember how you pronounced it, but the correct one should be the phenomenon. And advantage and disadvantages, advantages and disadvantages. So it is a countable noun. So it cannot be standing by itself. So it must be an advantage and a disadvantage. You move to the next slides. Some slides further, there will be that mistake. More. Next. back. That's one. That one. Go back. Yeah. Do you think living together before marriage is an advantage or a disadvantage? Understand? You must have an article before advantage and disadvantage. Okay, things like that. Be more careful. And yeah, basically, I in general, you have done a good job. You are not shy. You are not nervous. So that helps a lot. I wish you could be more attractive the way you present. Okay, so in the future, if you want to have better presentation, you should learn more how to act, how to interact with your audience more. Instead, it's been like reading from your notes, reading from the slide. I like the way you ask questions to make people interact with your talk. But then after that, the way you read the content is a little bit boring. Okay.
Yes.
Good job. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Kenny. What about Miss May? You want to have some advice for her?
Okay. So the first good thing about you is that you are so well prepared, and you prepare your slides, your PowerPoint. That show you how careful you are. But the way you present, you speak is not natural. It's not natural, like Mr. Kenny said before, and some of them the words that you mispronounce are no, but you pronounce like now. And I told you this one before, and question, but you pronounce question. And one of the grammar one of the mistake about grammar is that you use used to their partner habit. It's not used to, it should be get used to. Làm quen với, đúng không? To the partner habit.
Yes.
Okay, right. So that's all. But good job. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Miss May. And I also have some feedback for you. So in general, your presentation is well prepared, and your slide decks are very clear to follow. But I like the way that you display all of your contents on the first page, so people gonna know what they're gonna hear from you. Besides that, you also have some pronouncing words like Miss May mentioned, and also some other words like life. You always pronounce it like right? Without the F sound at the end. And register, I don't know, I don't remember, but you mispronounce this word. Succeed and this divorce, also words that you are mispronounced during your presentation. And I'm feeling like you are, I know that you have practiced this presentation many times. I can see your effort, but it's still like a little bit, kind of stiff and flat. And I feel like I'm listening from somebody reading something, not a presentation. So I can see that you use many words, maybe difficult and advanced words on your speech. But whenever I see some new words, I think you mispronounce most of them. So be careful when you're trying to use some words that you are not very similar with. You should do some research and understand how to pronounce that word properly. Okay? And having a feeling like you are not having long sentence and all of your sentences are kind of short. So that is somehow reduce your coherence. Okay? So trying to speak more clearly and coherent. Okay, that's it. Anyway, you still did a good job and congratulations to you one more time. Okay, thank you. Now I would like to invite the next contestant, Đỗ Thị Hoài Thanh.
Okay, I have a trouble with my computer, so I try it again. Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes. Okay, I hear you. Okay. Let's start.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Hoài Thanh, and I'm come from Đồng Nai province. I'm 19 years old, and now I'm studying at Ho Chi Minh City. And today I'm here to talk about the topic: what are the advantages and disadvantages of social media? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Now we don't.
Okay. My topic is what are the advantages and disadvantages of social media. So I will start with the question. What is the social media? Social media are interactive technology that allow the creation, sharing, exchange of information, ideas, interests, and other forms of expression through virtual communities and network. Let's begin with advantages of social media. There are many advantages of social media, such as we have connecting and interacting with people, exists loneliness, lightning fast information, short the talk, entertainment, and then we move to connecting and interacting with people. Now we have a lot of apps such as Facebook, Instagram, Yellow, Twitter, and so on. So we can communicate with people far away via telephone, via app, connected internet, and then is have entertainment. You might be watching a short video or series on YouTube or any social media. Maybe you're sharing your story on Facebook or cover a song and post on TikTok. These are the way to relax. Now we come to the next point, which is disadvantage. There is no denying the fact that social media give us a lot of benefits, but I still has many bad effects, such as bad effect on health. You can receive negative feedback or lack of privacy, or cheating and relationship issue, and cancer addiction, and so on. I chose lack of privacy to talk about more detail. Safety is at stake when you share everything online. With so much sharing going on, issue over privacy will always be a big concern. If not necessary, I don't think you should share too much your information on social media, like phone number, email address, date of birth, and because it may be stolen. And another point is addiction to social media. People nowadays waste their time in social media, especially at this time. We have to stay at home due to COVID-19, so we use social media more and more, as shown in the statistics. People spend a lot of time using the internet. Each Vietnamese user spends an average of 6 hours on social media. It's a fairly large number. So we have a big problem is how to use social media effectively and safely. I have 3 advice here. One is protect your personal information. Watch out for untrustworthy links. If an unknown person sends you a link, have a look at it before you click. If impossible, click only links from trusted sources. Links are an easy way to get hacked. And number 2 is should monitor the time you use social media. And 3 is don't abuse social media. And the last, that's a conclusion. We can see clearly that social media have a lot of advantages, only if we are used wisely. And don't forget that it's a two-edged sword. Let's become a wise user. And that's all I want to say. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Tam, you are not moving your slide deck throughout your speech. Did you notice? We only see one slide, welcome to my presentation, and that's it. What's wrong?
Yeah.
So you have problems with sharing your screen, right? Okay, so let's hear feedback from Mr. Kenny.
I don't know.
It's okay, it's okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
please,
I
Mr.
don't
Kenny.
know.
Well, I missed the first part because the internet, I got a power cut and then I lost the internet. So I could only listen to the second part of your presentation. Second part, according to me, according to what I heard, because the screen only show only one slide, which you should next time pay more attention on the skills to use the tools for your presentation. You know, like how to run the slideshow, for example. Some easily seen or easily heard mispronunciation, such as number 6. It should be 6, not 6. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And a very typical one is have, not I have, not I have, but I have. Okay. Safe, safely, not safely. So you missed quite a few last consonants. Statistic, trusted. For example, some sounds are missing. The time, not the time, the time. I, okay, time. One grammar mistake is that we are used. No, we don't. We are used. We use, not we are used. We use, and then after use, there must be an object. So, like for example, use anything. Use our time or use our tools, but you cannot say we use wisely. You use the time or use the Facebook or whatever. And last thing is when you do presentation, instead of saying don't is a short form for you when you write only. But when you talk, you should always say do not instead of don't. Okay? So don't do this, don't do that, should be changed to do not do this, do not do that, because what you want is for people to hear the important word not. Okay? Do not do this, do not do that, instead of don't. Because when you say don't, people might misheard that and becomes do. Okay? That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your.
Okay, so Tan, I also have some feedback for you. So I can see that your improvement after 20 days are kind of big, because in the beginning, you are only speak some words like very short sentence with only 5 words or something. But now you can present a full presentation like that. It is a big progress for you. And by the way, your mistakes mostly mostly pronunciation. So for example, media, not media, right? And you miss the S sound a lot, like social, relax, relationship. You always mispronounce the S sound in English, even though you have learned the quick fix trial for the S sound, but still, when you apply it, it seems like you're not totally control the way you pronounce the S sound in English, right? So that means what we know doesn't mean what we can perform, right? So you need more practice on pronunciation, especially the S sound, okay? And I can see that from your presentation. I have some information, and it's a pretty good point. And you know what you are saying, and you understand it. So to me, your presentation is helpful, useful, and yeah, that's a pretty good. Thank you. And what about Miss May?
Thank you so much.
I have some feedback for you. The first thing is I feel like you are reading. I feel like you are reading, not you are presenting. And about the pronunciation, I heard you put too many s sounds at the end, like with, but I don't know why, but I heard lots of s sounds, so you need to control that. It's not necessary to put the s sound like in almost every word. And Also, you need to practice more about the sales, like Miss Tracy said before, like relationship. But you said a relationship, and attention. You say attention, and expression. You say expression. So practice more with the sales, and also when you pronounce the Instagram, you just say Instagram. You should stress the first syllable, Instagram or Facebook or internet. Okay? Yes, so that's
Yeah.
all of my feedback. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So now with our last contestant, Thương, ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let me see my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Your voice is a little bit echo there. Are you using two different devices?
Yes, because I want to do some interact. So maybe I should turn it off. Okay.
No, but it has some drawbacks.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Better, better.
Yes, okay. Let me. Yes, okay. Hello, everybody. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. For those of you who don't know about me, my name is Chung, and I'm in my second year at university. As you can see on my screen, my topic today is about the advantages and disadvantages of convenient food. My topic will be very important for you because it affects your health a lot. So before going into more details, I want to ask you one question. Have you ever eaten convenient food? So you can send your answers in the box chat so that I can see your interact. Now I don't use the audio device. I can see your answer, but I think that most of you here may you get convenient foods a lot. So this is the top change, high change for the agri-food industry 2021, and you can see that convenience and technology food are in the second trend of food. And you know, actually, convenient foods have become widely popular, especially among working class people, teenage children, people living in hostels, and sharing rooms. And you know, this year the COVID-19 pandemic partly contributed to this trend. So let's move on more details in my presentation. My content will be divided into four parts. The first is definition of convenience food. The next is advantages of convenient food. Part 3 is disadvantage of convenient food. And the last is short conclusion of my presentation today. I will start with my first part. So what are convenient food? Convenient food is food that is commercially prepared, often through processing to optimize ease of consumption. Such food is usually ready to eat without further preparation. It may also be easily portable, have a long shelf life, or offer a combination of such convenient traits. Convenient food include ready-to-eat dry products, frozen food such as TV dinners, shelf-stable food, prepared meals such as snack food, And so what are the advantages of convenient foods? So the first slide is, convenient food are used to shorten the time of meal preparation at home. Some convenient foods can be eaten immediately or after adding some water or some heating. And the next is convenient foods may offer some fantastic things such as less time spent in the kitchen, planning meals, less preparation time, fewer leftover, and easy cleaning up. And you need no storing, buying, obtaining of ingredients, and you can hardly get any leftover. The next slide is the transportation of packaged food is cheaper, especially in concentrated from cost efficient from mass production, and distribution is also one of the main advantages of convenient food. And it's ability to eat serious and instant breakfast difficult to prepare at home because of its expensive product technology used in preparation. In addition, less spoilage and waste occur with packaged convenient food when you eat. So how the convenient food affects you in the negative way? First slide is it affects that convenient foods are designed to be cheap, tasty, and non-perishable, but the ingredients added into these packaged products contain sugar, and fat. Trans fat is typically used as they don't spoil the food, and corn syrup is a cheap way to make the product sweet. And such can also add on some flavor very inexpensively to the food. And next is the cost per serving may be higher than homemade. They tend to lack freshness in fruit and vegetable. Besides, convenience may be less meat, fishes, or cheese that you would include in homemade version. And cooking time is sometimes increased for following a longer baking time. So what is this conclusion for my topic today? I'll give you some advice. Firstly, is you it's for a certain amount of convenient food. First, next is to be wealthy, healthy enough. That means you must know that what food are helpful for you, are good for you. And next is try to cook yourself. Then you not only can improve your skill, but also make you keep health, keep fit. And next is good health, good mind. I'm sorry because it is the mistake here. I can't see it before. And the next is together with your friends and prepare meals when you in a sharing room with your friends. It's a really interesting activity that I think you should try. And so an extra recommendation for you is to look out your best option and enjoy cooking and eating healthy and hygienic homemade food so that you can take care of your body and look at a healthier future ahead. And apart from developing healthy eating habits, you should also understand that working on any kind of physical activities or regular is something will keep you fit and strong. So this is also the end of my presentation today. I would be really glad to answer any questions of you, and I also want to receive all of your feedback for my talk today. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, thank you. Slide decks looks fantastic. Okay, so let's hear from Mr. Kenny.
Hello. There are some good news. and there are some not good news. So which one you want to hear first? Hmm? Can you hear me?
What do you say?
I said that there are some good news and there are some not good news. Which one you want to hear first?
I can't get your question.
I mean, there are some good points and some bad points. Which one you want to hear first?
Oh, I want to hear weak point first.
Okay. The good point is that I did not count on your bad points. But the good point is that you're quite fluent. You made it very fluent, so it means that you have a good confidence on what you are saying. That's good. You're confident for what you say. Not necessarily good content, but at least you are confident about it. Some points that you should improve, you could and you should, is that number one, your slide deck. You should learn the techniques, how to put things on a slide deck better, and on how to show the information on one slide better, because there are too much information on one slide, and then the texts are too small, so nobody cannot read anything. Okay. And the flow of the presentation is good, but then you are already showing on the information out, so people will just keep reading. They don't have to listen to you. Talking about your reading is very much like you are reading, even that is very fluent, but it's more like you are reading it. The pronunciation is some mistakes, some big one, like next. I don't remember how you pronounce it, but I know it was wrong. Next. And then typical, not typical, but typical. And then you found the health mistake, the typo of health. The intonation is a part that you should work harder on. In intonation, your intonation is very flat. Okay, even that you are very fluent, you make it fluent, but the intonation is so flat that it is boring to hear. Okay, intonation is the up and down of what you're talking. It's not like just reading at the same rhythm all the time. So it's so very boring to hear what you're talking about because it's so flat. Understand? English must be international. You must have intonation in it. Should be up and down. It's not like just reading. So very, very boring. Okay, so that's it from my side. Try harder next time. Okay?
Yes,
Thank you.
I got your feedback. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kenny. What do you think about Thung's presentation, Miss May?
Well, Mr. Kenny said that your voice goes up so many times, so you should control your voice. So Mai Tang, she used to like you before. Her voice just go up, but she improved a lot. And about the pronunciation, convenience, you missed the S sounds at the end, or the ending sounds, and the word like move on. You just move on. Just move on. Home. You pronounce home. You should home, not home. And Yes, your presentation, your slide is very beautiful. I love it. It's very attractive, but shouldn't put too many text into the slides because it may the listeners will not listen to you anymore. They will read. They will focus on reading. They will not listen to you anymore. Okay. Yes, that's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Miss May.
Okay, and finally, I also have some comments on your performance. So let's talk about the good things first. So the good things are your pronunciation are quite on point on most of your speech. But do you know what is your biggest problem? Your biggest problem is your intonation, like Mr. Kenny mentioned. And do you know why you have this problem? Somehow it is because of your accent. Accent never a mistake to me. Yeah, you can have your accent. If you are Vietnamese, you can have a Vietnamese accent. If you're Chinese, you can have a Chinese accent. That's not a problem. But it will cause a problem if your accent is too strong, and then it affects on your intonation. So you let your accent changes your intonation, and it caused me a feeling like because of your accent, I can hardly hear you and understand you, and it's not sounds natural enough for me. So you need to work more on your accent. How? You need to control it by pronouncing every word, every single word correctly, and stress on the correct word on a sentence. You can enhance your intonation. Okay. All right. That's all of my feedback for you.
Yes, thank you for your feedback. It's very helpful.
Okay. So yeah, all of the contestants are on stage already. So now that's the end. Mr. Kenny, want to say something to the contestants?
Well, congratulations again for finishing this. I cannot believe it is already 21 days. Time so fast. And remember, we met on the first day, and now it's the 21st day. I'm ready. So it's amazing. It's so fast. I hope that the challenge has brought you some awareness of your English level, of how good or how bad your English needs to be improved. I hope you are not stopping here, because now that you know your weaknesses, and we can also help you to improve your weaknesses, okay, both in the English and in the presentation skills. I can see that there are still a lot for you to learn, and so I think the challenge is a good chance for you to realize where you are, and how and what things you need to work on. So next is just, are you willing to improve yourself, or how far you want to go? Okay, we are here at To You Speak, and To You Training is always available to provide you with assistance, helping you to improve your English, help you improve your presentation skills as well as your pronunciation or intonation. And I wish to see you again. I wish you improve day after day, or week after week, or month after month. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for staying until the end. And I wish you better progress in the coming time. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so that's pretty much about your journey. After finishing this day, you can call it you finished the challenge. And on day 21, we're gonna meet again, and we meet in a award ceremony. And the results of the winners will be announced at that meeting too. Okay, so see you on the last day, the day 21, on the award ceremony. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Oh,
and
before
congratulations again.
before we end this conversation, before we ending this meeting, let's take a picture. Okay, please drop a heart. Okay, everyone.
Okay. You should go back to the gallery view.
Okay. Are you ready?
It's better.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Heart on.
Heart on. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you,
Good.
guys. Bye-bye.
Yo, arigatou gozaimashita. Kamsahamnida. Merci beaucoup.